I read a book named World Without Fish, and its author is Mark Kurlansky, and it said that fish could become extinct in 50 years. That's half of my lifetime. I don't want the other half of my lifetime to just be eating chicken. There's this one net called the beam trawler, and it goes along the bottom of the ocean, and it just takes a ton of fish too quickly and way too fast because it doesn't allow them to repopulate, and therefore making the population numbers go down really, really fast. Here, this is my drawing of it. Sorry, fishermen. See, there's the boat, and there are the things, wire or whatever it is, connecting to the net, and then it just goes along the bottom, taking away any plant life and taking up all the fish and destroying the population. A few ways many people think will help the situation, but really won't. Some people say that why don't we just farm fish? Well, there's actually two problems to that. Actually, more like three, but anyway. One, if they were released back into the wild, they wouldn't have the right survival techniques to survive long enough to reproduce in the wild, and so that wouldn't survive long enough to reproduce. Then why don't we just eat the farm fish? I'm pretty sure that there aren't enough farm fish companies that also supply us throughout our lives for the whole entire world. Also, we can't just stop all fishing, because fishing is a very essential source of protein, and they did that in the Grand Banks, and all they got was a ton of loss of jobs, and fish still haven't came back. Sorry, excuse me.
Really?
Yeah. A few things you can do to help save the oceans and the fish. Talk about the issues with your friends, family, and, well, if you're a kid, school. And, yeah. 2, study up on fisheries. We need more information, and we should demand it. Like, if they're taking too much fish, or if they're taking the right amount of fish from a highly populated population of those fish in a certain area. And try and get your family to only buy from those fisheries. Write letters to your government representatives and express your concerns about fish population and overfishing pollution, near shore oil drilling, and global warming. Yeah. Never take a ride, even on public transportation, and try and ride a bike or walk as much as you can. 5, refuse to buy beverages from plastic bottles, and do not store food in plastic containers, and refuse to take plastic bags from the stores. Less plastic in the world would make a huge difference to saving the world's oceans. Here are some fish that could go extinct within 50 years. Actually probably less than 50 years, but these are the ones that have the most likely to become extinct. The Atlantic cod, the Atlantic bluefin, the southern bluefin, the caviar sturgeon, the sharks, skates, and the red snapper. The best kind of fish to eat is the farmed rainbow trout, the U.S. farmed catfish, Pacific halibut, U.S. spiny lobster, farmed mussels, and Alaskan wild salmon. Here are a few good fisheries that don't take too many of one population and keep in a controlled area that will allow them to reproduce. Atlantic Albacore Fishing Association, Cooperative Fishery Organization, Dutch Rod and Line Fishery, and Irish Pelagic Sustainability Association. And here are my sources: www.msc.org and World Without Fish. It is a book, and if you really like this video, you should be interested in it. And as I said before, the author is Mark Kurlansky.